Yo, it's finally here. Lyin podcast episode 1. Finally. Like, I don't know why I haven't done this sooner. It doesn't make any sense at all, but I'm really happy I did. And like, for the people who make solo, like, setup podcasts, which means you're just by yourself and one mic, usually just alone, and there's no one around you, you can find out, like, certain things about yourself, which is really funny. And it can go one of two ways. Like, one way, it's like, wow, this is really weird. I'm talking to a mic and there's nobody around. I'm basically talking to myself. And the other way is like, nah, this is way too comfortable. That's me. Like, I don't understand why I enjoy being alone so much, but talking into a mic with no one around, like, I was just cracking jokes with myself right before I started filming. Like, I was just cracking, like, I'm like, nah, I gotta just turn on the mic, like, turn on the camera and just like, let's get this. Cause why am I in here in my kitchen just like cackling by myself? Like, just like cackling for no reason. I'm with myself like 98% of the time. So if I'm not working, I'm alone. And when I'm not alone, I'm like with my lover. But other than that, I'm really by myself. It's me and my French bulldog. So I don't really care to be around too much if it doesn't involve the progression in my career or like, you know, getting freaky. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. So my phone is on do not disturb like half the time, because if I'm not taking like a Zoom call or like talking to friends, family, like close people, like people who are close, you know what I mean? I'm not too good with like talking to just talk, you know what I mean? I'm not too good with like having normal, regular conversation. It's not awkward to me because I don't care, but it's pointless to me. You know what I mean? I don't really get joy out of mindless catching up or like, yeah, what you been working on, son? Like, that doesn't do it for me. So my phone is like usually not next to me. I try to stay off of social media a lot unless I'm using it. You know, that's how I get paid. So I'm on social media, I post what I gotta post, and I leave that shit alone because y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. And people who FaceTime me out of nowhere, it's not right. It's not right, and you know it's wrong. Like, all right, boom. If I haven't spoken to you in like 3 days, 4 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. But we send like texts back and forth like, hey, how's it going? Or something like, what makes you think that you can just randomly FaceTime me out of nowhere? No text warning, not, hey, how's it going? Can I hop on a call with you real quick? A FaceTime call? Because that needs to be clear. That needs to be clarified. No. Y'all are FaceTiming me out of nowhere as if you're like my lover. Like, you can't do that, bro. My mom can do that. You can't do that. I don't even understand how you think that's okay. And when I ignore it, I'll be texting somebody, like legit sending memes back and forth, and they'll still FaceTime me in mid-meme, and I'll still ignore it. What you doing? What are you doing? Who said that I'm FaceTime appropriate right now? And why can't you just text me what you got to say? I don't make small talk much. I'm really weird like that. You know what I mean? So when somebody FaceTimes me out of nowhere just to say nothing, I really don't get it. And it frustrates me. And I think that, you know, the attitude that kind of manifests itself from the conversation, they'd be like, damn, I shouldn't have FaceTimed her. No, don't do it. You know what it feels like? You know what FaceTiming me out of nowhere when I'm not that close with you feels like? It feels like you just showed up at my crib. Like, randomly. Like, you know what it feels like? It feels like, hey girl, I was just in the neighborhood, so I knocked on your door, rang your bell, you opened the door, and I have nothing here to say. That's what it feels like. Don't do it. Do not FaceTime me out of nowhere. Yo, sometimes it's people that I'm close, I'm kind of close with, you know what I mean? Don't do it. Don't do it. don't FaceTime me out of nowhere. So it's just weird. It's weird. Anyway, I'm going totally left right now, but let me do a kind of a formal introduction, because I'm gonna keep this episode short and sweet, like really, really short, and just introduce what I am and what this show is. So my name is Lyin, and I am a multifaceted entrepreneur. I am also a creator and a media lady. I work in entertainment. I work in arts, and I am just a person that does a lot of things, period. So my field would be arts and media, but ultimately I've worked every single job you could ever imagine. I'm an art school graduate. I went to Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, graduated with a degree in graphic design and communication. I am here to say I do not do anything today in graphic design and communication. And, it's fine because I still work in arts and media. So it's cool. But I've worked everywhere. I still have a day job. I still do cosmetic tattooing, permanent tattooing. That's nothing that we need to talk about this episode because, like I said, I want to keep it short. But overall, I have transformed into this beautiful being, and I'm very, very, very proud of myself, if I must say so myself. Like, I came from, I had too much too young. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. I had too much going on at a young age. I was doing music in my younger 20s, had just too much money and friends and out. That's probably why I don't like people now. Wow. Anyway, I had too much going on. I lived in downtown Brooklyn. If you guys know about downtown Brooklyn, it's a very, very trendy, prestigious, expensive part of Brooklyn, filled with these luxury homes and luxury condos and luxury co-ops. And I lived there in my younger 20s. And literally, I didn't care enough about where I was at to cherish the lifestyle that I had. I turned my luxury apartment, it looked like a trap house. I didn't sell drugs out of it, but there was definitely drugs there. You know what I mean? How could I do that? I don't even understand why I would do that. Why would I do that? Why would I not take care of my apartment? So many things. I lived in the hub of creatives and rich people. And you walked into my apartment, boom, weed smoke. Boom, niggas on the couch. Boom, sex. It was just dumb. Why would I do that? And then I let too many people crash there. I let so many people crash there for no reason. I had my boy crash there. He wanted to just crash there for 3 months. Sleep on the couch. I slept in my room. And also, we didn't cook ever. I wouldn't even make ice cubes. That was before my fridge made ice. I didn't even make ice cubes, okay? And I would come home and he's just there chilling, smoking. He's like, don't mind me. I'm just working off my computer. Nah, he was definitely selling work out of my crib. You know what I mean? And I was just like, yeah, no big deal. Yeah, smoke it on up. I don't even smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. But I was so out of here and just living the fast life that I was like, it's cool. Everything's cool. You can just go there. Yeah, sleep on the couch. Rent free. What's wrong with you? He actually was there and disappeared for 3 months and gave me a call. The call was from jail. He called me from jail after disappearing. I was just like, okay, cool. He don't want to come home. He found his own crib. But I was wondering, why is all of his stuff here? He called me from jail and was like, there's going to be a dude that picks up a thing at 3:00 today. Just let him in. I was like, son, this was here the whole time? Why would I do that? I came such a long way. I had another girl stay there. I turned the luxury apartment of my dreams into something that it wasn't. And it all got stripped from me, okay? I grew up, though. That was my younger 20s. I'll never do that again. I had a girl there, broke my flat screen TV. I had a lot of relationships in that apartment. I said relationships, not relations. And I don't even count relationships because I definitely delete every ex that I don't even have no exes. What is that? What is the ex? You know what I'm saying? What is that? But yeah, I had like terrible things happen in that apartment. So I definitely grew up. I came a long way. I'm so at peace and grounded now. Like sometimes I look at myself like, Ryan, who are you? Like my apartment now, you can't step foot in my apartment without taking your shoes off. Like that's number one. You can't even get up in here, okay? Number two, you can't even get to my apartment without a formal invite from me. So there's no pop-ups, period. And also, if I don't invite you, the text message has to say, hi, Ryan, I miss you, or something like that. What are you doing this weekend? Can I hang out? Can I come over? Would you like some company? I'd love to see you. It has to include something like that because there ain't no way that I'm about to be paying all this rent and it's about to be a shit show like that old apartment. Like, nah. I grew up a lot. I'm really proud of myself. Okay? Like, I grew up. All right? But I'm so happy that that is not me no more. And it feels good. Like, it feels good to be doing what I'm doing, running my own business and stuff like that, and creating a voice for people like me who want to learn and see more and do everything, but in a relatable way. Like, I want to learn so much more about the world. I want to travel and learn about food and stuff like that. Like, I was so reckless. I feel like adult puberty is the ages of like 25 to 28. Like, it has to be adult puberty. Like, what are you thinking, bro? Why were you dating that, bro? By bro, I mean me. Like, you know what I mean? What were you doing, sis? Like, you're wildin'. But I'm happy that I got to introduce myself and my podcast. As you can tell, we are going to be covering everything. You know, everything from news, media, funny shit, serious shit. Things that go in hand with my journey, my personal journey, and how I came from a terrible past to actually living a life of my dreams. I am not a perfect person. I cuss. I'm still spiritual, but I handle things in a relatable way because I don't want to come off as a guru, but I will say that I have a balance in my life where I'm able to literally do what I want. And it's all through me, manifestation, grounding myself, hard work, dedication, taking action, resilience, diligence, and balance. Like, I don't play around about me. And I love myself, and I need people to understand that the only way that I progressed through my journey and the only way I find peace in the process is from me transforming who I was to who I am. I've elevated, I've enlightened myself, and the podcast is not only about self-development, but it totally will be in here because sometimes you gotta hear shit in a relatable way. And sometimes the relatable way is from a Brooklyn woman who just knows how to speak and isn't afraid to share her story. Last but not least, I need all of y'all to understand, this is just my ending tip after this, I'm done. I get a lot of questions about running my social media, running other people's social media, and also how consistency happens and how I'm not afraid to post. And we're going to go into the next episode with this, but I'm going to need everyone listening right now to kill that imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is severe doubt. It's like you don't believe that you're good, so you don't post that you're good, and you're scared of selling your business online. You don't want to seem salesy or cringy when you are selling yourself, your brand, your business. You don't want to drive traffic towards your business or pitch yourself because you seem like you're being shameless. Bitch, if you want to make money and you want to be successful, there is no shame in posting onto your own page. And we're gonna transfer this conversation into the next show. But what I need you to understand is that if anybody doesn't want to see what you want to post, they're gonna unfollow you. You need to stop being afraid to get unfollowed. That's number one. Stop being afraid to get unfollowed. Number two, everything is not for everyone. You're not for everyone. Your brand is not for everyone. You think people want to see a heavily tattooed girl talk about spirituality and still curse and talk about niggas in the back seat selling guns and shit. That's my story. But guess what? I'm not afraid to share my story because I've elevated and I've enlightened myself, whereas everything in my life is flow. Everything comes to me. I live in literal abundance. I live in prosperity. I'm living the life of my dreams. I get to do what I want, and I came from the trenches. So I'm going to end that episode saying, like, you can do whatever you want. You guys are amazing. Thank you for even listening to me. This is Lyin, the podcast. Y'all were thinking it. I just say it. Now tell me I'm lying.